Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Oops, Maxine. Not quite sure about that. Yeah, great to have you all here, and hope you're all well. Thank you, Nicola. Yeah, thumbs up down here somewhere, or maybe down there. Who knows? Somewhere along that line is where you need to do a thumbs up for me, if you don't mind. That would be excellent. Thank you. So I've got a little special for you here today. Thought we'd have to sort of do a little bit of a Valentine's, really, but not really a Valentine, sort of like a grown-up Valentine, to be honest, because I kind of prefer that for myself, as opposed to all the hearts and everything. But there are lots of hearts here, and I thought, why not share the love a bit and a little bit of a special offer. So we have got the Finishing Touches Heart Blooms from Sue Wilson, a lovely little set there with flowers and leaves, all with a heart theme. And if you buy that today, you have got a free gift of a mini expressions, the word love. So it's not over the top, it's not over gushy. It's just right, I think. So that's what we're going with. I've done a little bit of preparation for you already, but let's go ahead. If you need, because that's how we work, isn't it? It's on a need basis. That's where you need to jump over to maximumcrafts.com. That's where you will find your special offer for us only, which is the Finishing Touches Heart Blooms with your free Mini Expressions sentiment die. So let me have a look. So taken that off already. That's our little die. So we have that. At the time of that coming out, it came out with some sort of other stamp sets and things, but I think just the word love is really nice. So that's that one. And this one has 9 dies in total. So you've got 2 flower heads, 2 leaves, sort of leaves, which go one way and one the other, which is nice. And then you've got some little extra bits of sort of flower, as if these little bits, they're kind of like dandelion clocks, and it's as if those have fallen off, and some hearts and a flower center, if you so wish to have such a thing. I haven't done that. I have cut out the 2 flowers and the 2 leaves. So first of all, I wanted to show you how I've cut them out. And I've simply popped them onto a piece of white card, and you can see that they cut out beautifully. But because they're very detailed, they're sort of lots of swirly bits and pieces, they can be sometimes a bit difficult to actually take out of your piece of card. So what I suggest is that you actually push them from behind to ease them out. So I find that that's the easiest way to do it. Most definitely with this one, you will need to make sure that when you actually cut it through, that it has cut through the whole piece of card. And if you found any difficulty, because machines vary, you may need to put a metal shim in just to be sure that it cuts through. And I always put it so that it's the die facing, let's say, this way, then your piece of card, then your metal shim, and then your normal sandwich, so that it cuts into, supposedly, your piece of metal. I find that that works really well. So I've cut out one of the floral bits. I'm going to put it on a bit of green card, because then you're going to be able to see it. One that way, one the other way. And then I've got these beautiful seed heads. And as I say, just by pushing from behind, I find doesn't catch the little tiny bits that might otherwise catch. So there we go. There is our beautiful pieces. Now I've cut them in white because it then gives us the ability to be able to colour them. Actually, if you were to have a green background, the white on itself looks just fab, I think. But you can see then, hopefully, the full detail in it. So as I said, it's a bit like a dandelion clock head, seed head type of thing, but it's got all these lovely little hearts there, which make it really nice and quite effective. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading bits and pieces. Are they new flower dyes? No, they're not new. I think they're from a couple of years ago, to be honest, but I just think they're very, very pretty. So I want to colour them in, and I'm going to take the flowers, and I'm going to take, let's see, hold on a second. Going to take one of the flowers like that. That's what I'm going to colour in. Now, in order to colour in, because we've got very delicate pieces here, I'm going to actually put this onto a media mat. So I'm sure that you will have seen things like this on various different companies that do such a thing, but I'm just so this is just an ordinary media mat. So it's a very sticky piece of silicon, not silicon, what's it called? Polymer. Couldn't think. And that, I find, just holds these in place. I've popped them so that the ends are hanging over the end, because then it makes it easier to take away. But I just find that that's easier for me to actually work with. So I've got myself a pen which is R46. So that is a Copic pen. And I'm going to bring in the camera a little bit more so that you can hopefully see. Oh, Anne's just got in from work. Well done, Anne. Nice to see you. Glad to see that rather than start the dinner, you thought you'd come and watch this first. Or maybe doing both, which would be good. So I'm just going over all of the little flowers, the little hearts of the flowers, if you can call it. I don't know how to explain it. It just, and then this silicone bit of plastic here basically is just holding it in place for me, because otherwise they're so delicate that you would be chasing them all over the place. Another way you could colour them, if you don't have such a thing as this, is you could actually leave them in, if they have come out like that, leave them actually in your piece of card that you cut them from, colour them before you actually poke them out. So I'm just doing the ends then. So you could be doing this in any colour. If you didn't wish to make it into sort of a heart-based thing, Valentine's thing, you could do them in a different colour. Pinks, purples, blues, all would look lovely, and all a little bit different. But I'm just colouring these all in red for now. So that's my red that I've taken. And then I've gone with my usual one, greyish yellow, which is YG93 of my Copic colours. I'm just going to put that a little bit further in. And this time I'm going to colour where the green part is. So here, just colouring that. Now, obviously, these could be cut out in different colours and then all put together again, but I think that they are quite small and quite delicate, that it's quite okay to do it like this. So I'm just colouring these bits. I did do it in white and I didn't like it very much. I just left it white, and as I say, if you had a darker colour, I was trying to put white on white, I didn't think that didn't have the desired effect for me. Now I've left the inside of this open because I'm going to put some glitter onto that, because it's not Christmas anymore, we don't want to get rid of the glitter, do we? Did realise that my glitter is nearly empty. Must put glitter on a lot, mustn't I? So just colouring it there, really easy to do with your Copic markers or your alcohol markers, just really simply. So put those two colours on, all is well with that. Now I'm just going to grab an empty card, just a piece of card there, because I want to put some glitter on. So I'm going to pick these two up. Now I'm not going to put any glitter onto the this bit onto here, but I'm just going to on here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to put some glue into the middle, like a blob, into the middle of those two. And then with my finger, I'm just going to spread that a little bit more onto those sort of like little stems that's there. So it's just making it tacky. And then I'm going to grab my diamond snow, or diamond sprinkles, I think it is, and then just literally sprinkle that over the top. Oh, I could put it back in again, couldn't I? And I'm just going to press it down so that that is going to go on any bit that we've got with glue on. I'm just going to take that out of the way, and then I will show you those up close. Now I'll put the lid on. So hopefully you will be able to see. Oh yeah, could see then as I picked it up. That glitter, which I think looks really lovely, just finishes it off. No, it's not a JND media plate. It was a Nellie Snellen plate. So yeah, but anybody's plate really. The name of the mat, I don't stock it. You can go onto Amazon, to be honest, and just pick yourself up a silicone mat like that, really. There are things on the market. I just saw that I've got a bit missing there. There are things on the market that are, you know, media plates. I mean, if you've got one of the Ultimates from Lisa Horton, I believe I saw that she was going to be bringing out her own sort of sticky mat thing. Not quite sure, to be honest, but something like that. But yeah, no, I don't sell them. Just thought it was nice and worked really well. Just held the little things down. It's a bit different if you're doing a great big thing, but when you're doing little things like this, I think that holds that really nicely. So yeah. So now, what are we going to do to put it all together? Okay, so got some there. I've also got a couple more of these that I've already done. And just on the safe side, I've got another one of those already done. Don't know if I'm going to use them all, but there you go. I've got my word cut out. I cut it out twice so that I could make it just a little bit thicker. So that is our word love. And I've cut out a butterfly as well. Not 100% sure if I'm going to use it, but I've gone with a little butterfly. And then I'm going to use it on a 5x7 card blank. So this is my 5x7 card blank, and I've taken the Easy Frames 5x7 and cut myself out of cherry red, the bigger frame. And then I've taken the smaller frame and cut out a piece in the hammered white, which gives me a nice bit of depth there. It also gives me the waist from the white one, from this one, from the hammered white one. And that is this. And that will give me my area with which to work my design out onto. So my plan is that I'm going to put the word love up in that sort of corner there. And then my flowers, I'm not quite sure. So they are going to vary. Now I'm going to put them off of the edge. So you can see that's off of the edge because I want them to be at different levels. I don't want them to sit there like soldiers. But at the same time, they're going to have to be cut. So when I've stuck them down, they are going to have to be trimmed. Otherwise, they're going to show. And that's no good. So whilst I know that some of this, tiny amount of this all the way around will be covered by the frames, I'd like to put it on here so I can see just how it's going to go first. So just putting them so that's like a nice little garden. And bearing in mind, we've got to have the frame over it like that. And I think maybe just that little one coming in there. Now, as for my butterfly, I was thinking of putting that on the frame. So I'm just going to give you a little chance to see what I'm talking about now. So if you can imagine the bits that are hanging out the bottom, I've got to trim them off. But the bits that are on the top are fine. I think I could go a bit higher though. What do you reckon? I think that one could actually go up there a bit more. Yeah, that looks better, doesn't it? And maybe could just come in with that one there. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. What do you think? The ink, if you're using alcohol, so Jill's asked a question, does the ink wipe off easily from the media mat? The answer is no, it doesn't wipe off at all. Because it's alcohol, so it will stain it. So if you're worried about that, don't do it. But at the same time, it isn't a problem if it doesn't wipe off, because it doesn't come off either. So yeah, that's what I would say about that. Yeah, you're all thinking that looks quite nice. I do as well. So I think we'll go ahead with that. So I'm going to take my gun and I'm going to just pop a few little bits together and just gradually put that on. I think the bit of glitter really looks nice, to be honest. I think it just finishes it off. At one stage I was thinking that it was in danger of looking a little bit dull, but when I put that bit of glitter on, but actually the center, if you recall, I said on the stamp on the die set, bring it back in a second, that there is this little die here, which if you look at it, it gives you the center of a flower. That would look really lovely in there as well. So lots of scope, lots of scope. And as I said, you might just want to put happy birthday on there instead of love, but I thought, well, we'll go with a sort of Valentine's card. Let's put that one there. Can't say that Valentine, well, it isn't really for the youngsters, is it? But I don't really do the Valentines so much anymore these days. Don't want the staff to get ideas above his station, do we, eh? Right, nearly done. As I say, I'm not 100% sure about my butterfly. It may or may not. I quite like him, but he may or may not make the cut. I don't know yet. So that's all my flowers in place. Then I'm going to turn it over. Forgot the stuff. And you can see now that I've got all those bits hanging over the edge, which I don't want. Now, they don't have to be really tidy because the frame will cover a little bit of it, but I just don't want them there. So I'm just going to trim them away. If you weren't putting a frame on it, you might have to be a little bit more bothering about where you put your flowers and everything. You might have to position them a little bit more, but I think that by using the waste out of my frame, it sort of gives me something to work with rather than just going straight onto the card base. So let's now put a little bit of glue onto the sentiment, and that will go onto there. And lovely jubbly. And that will go onto that bit there. As I say, that's 2 layers. Could have possibly done a third one, not sure. And it's all cut out from the same card that this one is, which, as I said, is the cherry red, it's called. It's sort of like a deeper red, which I quite like, rather than you can get so many different sorts of reds, can't you? But I quite like this one, so that's what we've gone for. Oh. So I've already put on the bottom of this one some foam. So I'm going to bring in my card blank again. Oops. As I said, this is a 5x7 card blank. So therefore I'm going to pop this straight down, more or less in the middle. It is rather forgiving, so we're okay if it's not completely. So, and I made it so that I've got a top folding, but it's a landscape card instead of portrait, so I've turned it the other way. I think you'll know what I mean. So pop that there. I'm just going to hover that over the top to make sure that does fit in okay, which it all does, so that's great. So just stick that all down. Then peel off the backing of my foam. I've put on 3mm foam today, but 2mm or no mil is quite all right as well. Just frames it nicely. Obviously you can get away with no frames and just matte and layers, but the frame then hides up the bottom of this quite nicely, I think. Right, there we go. So let's just put that onto there. Now, butterfly. The butterfly comes into play mostly because I don't suppose you could even see, I don't know, you probably can. I had a little mark on there and I didn't want a little mark. So I'm thinking that that could go on there to cover my little mark. What do you think? Or do I just not cope? Do I just not panic about it? Not quite sure. What do you reckon? And my other thing that I was going to do was just put a couple of little Ujima flips, you know, just some tiny, I think these are just 2mm. Are they 2mm? Yeah. 2mm little adhesive crystal gems, just so that it looks a little bit in keeping. So butterfly, have we agreed? Try above on that side, but it doesn't hide my mess now. Give him some bling as well. Okay. So does he need a bit of this bling or a bit of glue bling? I think he looks quite nice. I'm quite into the butterfly. I could have actually had another little butterfly, don't you think? Could have had a tiny little butterfly as well. Maybe that would even up the playing game. Let's have a look. I'll just cut that out. I'm still here. Bear with me. Bear with me. Just thinking maybe another little butterfly down here might be the answer. Why does Stella say no? Give him some bling? No? Just one butterfly. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm listening, Auntie Stella. I'm listening. Is it okay if I try it, though? Don't mind if I try it. Just in case, you know, just in case. Because I haven't stuck anything apart from the jewels. And I mean, in terms of butterflies, I haven't stuck anything. So this is a tiny one. It's from the same pack. Oh, no, right, you're right, Stella. No. No. Do I perhaps put a smaller one up there? I thought he was going to look nice down there, but he doesn't, does he? Well, I hope you're not waiting to get your tea whilst I'm faffing about. What do you think? What do you think? big butterfly, one butterfly, as it's an odd card thing. No, well, okay. I think I've got the message on that one. Then we're not having to. Goodness me, but just the one. Now, do we put a bit of glitter on him, or is that a little bit much, or do we just put a couple, maybe 3? I have to be very quiet, concentrating. Oh, turn over. That's it. No, that needs to come down a little bit. What about that? Is that okay? We like a little bit of a faff, don't we? Oh, yeah. Okay, it's all right. I'm only doing one butterfly. Calm down. I might have cut him, and I do love him, but I am listening to you, and I am going with the fact that you think one butterfly would be quite enough. So, okay. That one up there. Do you know what? I think the glitter, not the glitter, the bling has made all the difference with that. Don't you think? Oh, do you know what? Oh, God, blimey, Denise. Denise says I've got to have 3. His body's not big enough to have 3, though, to be honest with you. I keep wanting to put that little one in there, don't I? Are you sure I can't? No. The gems are too big. I don't know if you can see that, but his body starts there, and really I'm only going to get 2. I would have liked to have put 3, but I don't think I can fit them in. Step away from the butterfly. Fly off, little butterfly. He's gone. I've gone. Okay, take the big one off and put the little one back in the middle area. No, I'm sorry, he's just flown off, Fiona. I can't do that. No, he's flown, and that is it. And it's got to cover a mark, so I'm going for it. I'm not paying any attention anymore now, because we could be here all night. But that little beauty is going to go on there. I rather like that, and I like all the glitter. So I could put, oh gosh, no, stop it. I'm not going to go any further. I just think it looks very pretty. And as I said, if you didn't want to put the word love in, which you're going to get free anyway, so you can keep that for another day. But if you didn't, you could put your sentiment, you know, anything would go in there, happy birthday and all the rest of it. Leaving space when you put your design together on your piece of white card, you can put your sentiment where you want to first. That's what I would suggest that you do. Put that in place first, and then you know what space you've got left to put your flowers in. Okay, and then, as I said, if you did sort of pink flowers or purple flowers, then I would then of course change my outer frame of my 5x7 to be that purple or whatever color I'm going with. And if I hadn't have made a mark on the white card, I probably might not have put the butterfly in, but that's down to you. And so thank you very much for joining in today. Really good fun. We kind of made this one together, didn't we, really? I started it off and you kind of helped me finish it. So that's really nice. Thank you. So as I said, pop over to the website, maximumcrafts.com, if you would like to participate in the special offer for today, which is the die set called Heart Blooms, I think. Yeah, Heart Blooms. And it has the sentiment, the love sentiment, completely free. Okay, so whether you use it on for that card or not, you have a lovely choice there. So just when you thought that you got rid of me, I'm coming back again. So I have some lovely ladies who are joining me on Saturday for an in-person class in my village here, which will be great to see all of those. And then I'll be back with you on Sunday morning. No, I won't. I'll be back with you on Sunday evening at 6 o'clock. And I will be bringing our next set of frames. A frame that has been asked for quite a bit. And it's a smaller frame. I'll tell you all about it when we see you on Sunday. So it will fit, it's made to fit onto the smaller cards, so a 6x6 type of thing, something like that. So I look forward to showing you that on Sunday at 6 p.m. And until then, look after yourself, have a great weekend, and then hold on a minute, I'm just reading the last thing. People that have the precision glue gun, can you use any glue? Yes, you can. Yes, it comes with a bottle that is already full up, i.e. this one, but it also comes with an empty bottle, i.e. this one, which is completely empty and has a larger nozzle. So this is the very fine nozzle that's on here, but this one has got a slightly thicker one. If you see the two together, hopefully, she said, you can just about see, but it's slightly thicker. And then you can decant any glue that you have in there. And you can also, I think they're out of stock at the moment, but apparently you can also get the empty bottles all together, so you can put in any glue. The only glue that you can't put in is the sort of, I think it's called the solvent glue, so like Yoo-hoo and that type of thing, but any water-based one, you're fine. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Oh, and yeah, not silicone glue as well. Hold on, what did Christine say? On the frame. Lovely. On the frame. Not with you there, but I should imagine we mean that. Okay, blooming butterflies, eh? Let's go and let them fly away and not be seen until another day. And I am a poet. Yes, thumbs up, everybody. Lovely for you to join in. Thank you so much. See you Sunday. Okay, take care. Bye.